Hi, it's Mark Sawatka, the General Secretary of PCS. Now behind me is the headquarters of the TUC, and I've just left the TUC General Council where I've chaired a meeting of the leaders of all Britain's trade unions. And it's particularly important because today we met on the day that Boris Johnson is about to become Prime Minister. And with all the other union leaders, we've been discussing what Boris Johnson means for trade union members, the length and breadth of the UK. And on this day, I wanted to bring you an update about your pay. Because you'll know that recently the government issued civil service pay guidance to departments and employers that confirmed they were only giving a 1% funded pay to departments, and they wanted pay rises to not exceed 2%. Indeed, if anybody was to get more than 2%, they'd be expected to give up their terms and conditions. Now, I can confirm to you that today the retail price index calculates inflation at a fraction under 3%. So any pay rises less than 3% means a cut in your living standards. I can also tell you that I am aware that at least one major government department is considering bringing a pay offer forward that will, in return for extra money, ask people to work a longer working week and give up terms and conditions, including giving up rates of overtime payments. Now, this is completely unacceptable. We deserve above inflation pay rises without any strings attached whatsoever. That's why we are calling together in the next few weeks our pay negotiators from right across the PCS membership to look at what offers have been made and to consider how we can campaign moving forward. Now, all of this is particularly topical because in recent weeks you'll have seen press reports where Boris Johnson and Theresa May have indicated that there may be more money available for some parts of the public sector. They're the ones covered by pay review bodies, so they include the armed forces, teachers and judges, for example. Now, what's notable about those press stories is the people they never talk about are our members, frontline civil and public servants delivering Brexit and delivering frontline services. But what's also notable about that story is even though the press make out these are generous pay rises, they're all below the rate of inflation and none of them include extra money, which means other unions will be faced with the same problems we have, which is if you want a decent pay rise, you're expected to give things up in order to get it. Now, Boris Johnson, to win his campaign in the Tory party, made promises that he would end the pay freeze. Well, today is his first day as Prime Minister, so our message to him is now honour your word. If you're serious you're going to end the pay freeze, we would expect you today to issue guidance to all civil service departments that the pay remit is being recalled, that you're not restricting pay to 1% funded rises, and departments should be free to give above inflation pay rises. Now, I don't for 1 minute think Boris Johnson will honour his word, which is why my final message to you is to get justice on pay. We need to ensure the union is strong, we recruit new members, more of you get involved in the union, and we ensure that this year we don't let them get away with giving you yet another cut in your living standards. Thanks for watching, and keep your eye out for further information on this year's pay campaign.